U.S. and Iranian officials hold their first meeting on a new nuclear deal between the nations. And President Trump says he is confident a deal can get done following the meeting in Oman. But it comes after he made threats on Tehran for its crackdown on citizen protests. NewsNation correspondent Hannah Brandt live at the White House tonight with the details. Hannah.
Natasha, President Trump is really both signaling some optimism about these talks while also keeping the pressure on and warning that Iran better make a deal here. He says the plan at this point is for the U.S. and Iran to meet again in the week ahead.
From the American point of view, nuclear negotiations with Iran seem to be on the right track.
We have, very good talks with Iran.
U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, President Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, and the commander of U.S. Central Command, Admiral Bradley Cooper, met with Iranian leaders in Amman on Friday. Iran's foreign minister saying in remarks following the sit-down, quote, "A positive atmosphere prevailed, and in one sentence I can say it was a good start." Just today, Witkoff, Kushner, and Cooper visited U.S. troops aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln. The aircraft carrier is part of the massive armada the Trump administration has positioned off the coast of Iran as President Trump weighs military action, which would not be a first for this administration. Last summer, U.S. negotiations with Iran did not result in a deal, and the president ordered the bombing of 3 Iranian nuclear sites in what was dubbed Operation Midnight Hammer. A new report from the New York Times says satellite images show Iran has built back up ballistic missile sites and nuclear facilities that were damaged in strikes by the U.S. and Israel. President Trump didn't specifically outline what the U.S. wants out of a deal this time around, but suggested Iran may be more willing to negotiate.
Last time they decided maybe not to do it, but I think they probably feel differently. We'll see what the deal is. Be different than last time.
Previous U.S. demands have included an end to Iran enriching uranium, as well as removing already enriched uranium from the country, limits on their ballistic missiles, and an end to Tehran's support for regional proxies.
The one thing, right up front, no nuclear weapons. If we could have made that deal 2 years ago, we would have made that deal, but they weren't willing to do that. Now they are willing to do it. They know the consequences. If they don't make a deal, the consequences are very steep.
And the U.S. is continuing to ramp up economic pressure on the country. Just after Friday's talks, the U.S. Treasury and State Department slapped some new sanctions on Iran in connection with its oil trade. And also, President Trump signed a brand new executive order threatening to impose 25% tariffs on countries buying oil from Iran. Natasha?
And Hannah, meanwhile, we're also learning about a man arrested for threatening the life of Vice President Vance. What can you tell us about that?
That's right. The Justice Department says 33-year-old Shannon Mathry was arrested yesterday after a federal grand jury indicted him for threats he allegedly made to kill the vice president. Now, this indictment alleges that Mathry made a statement about Vice President Vance. You're seeing it on your screen there saying, quote, "I am going to find out where he is, going to be, and use my M14 automatic gun and kill him." Now, prosecutors also say while investigating the threat, they found Mathry in possession of child sexual abuse materials. They charged him for that also. Attorney General Pam Bondi saying they're taking this very seriously, saying, quote, "Our attorneys are vigorously prosecuting this disgusting threat against Vice President Vance. You can hide behind a screen, but you cannot hide from this Department of Justice." Mathry's lawyer, on the other hand, does claim his client has health challenges, including mental disabilities, that would have made it impossible to carry out that threat. Mathry's next court hearing is scheduled for next week. Natasha.
I appreciate you tracking that. Hannah Brandt live at the White House tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.